incredible. There's Vanessa! And we have the Guayaquil. Wow. Everybody, it's me, Elida. I'm just going to do a recap on Ecuador. Now, Ecuador is such an intense and amazing country. It has so many things to see that I actually broke this series up into 3 parts. I'm going to focus the first one on Guayaquil, and then we'll talk about Cuenca, and I'll finish with Quito. Now, I don't even talk about Galapagos Islands, all the other parts that Ecuador has to offer, which I think it's a really rich country full of a lot of things to explore. So definitely, if it's not on your list, it should be on your list. First of all, I didn't know that Guayaquil is called the kidnapping capital of like the world. I kind of found that out when I was in Belize. I ended up talking to some other local travelers, and my friend Jack was like, yeah, so I kind of got kidnapped when I was in Guayaquil. And I was like, okay, tell me more. So you have to be very, very careful. He'd gotten into a taxi. Taxi took him out in the middle of nowhere, basically tried to bribe him and make him pay more money to be able to bring him back into the city. So if you're going as a solo female traveler, I would really be careful in Guayaquil. I wouldn't say that you can't do it, but I'd just say just be on ultra precaution. I felt that the main city itself didn't have a ton to offer. Water is pretty polluted. I mean, the birds were incredible, and the little downtown area, you can walk along the waterway there. There's also a big boar statue that reminds me a lot of the one that's in Florence, Italy. You can pet the boar's nose for good luck or just to take a picture by this bronze boar. We actually just got out of the main part of the city, just outside the city, into an area called Santa Ana, which is just still in Guayaquil, but there's different like nicer neighborhoods. And so we had a lunch at, it's called 21 gramos or 21 grams, really close in the city, but in a nicer area. Okay, we are here. Woohoo! In my first day in Ecuador. And what am I having again? This is cazuela. Cazuela. It's hot, but it has mariscos in it with a cilantro, a little bit of salsa and lemon on it with some rice. It's very good. It's not too spicy. It's pretty delicious. And then everybody else is having things that look delicious too. Look at George is having, he's having a risotto. Vanessa, you're having, what are you having? ¿Qué es? Mariscos. So she's getting shrimp with plantains and also avocado. Pero ¿cómo se llama? What is the name? Olla mariscos. And then over here we have some just like regular chicken with vegetables but like a mashed potato. Delicious. So far Ecuador is... yes, and the place that we're eating is called 21 grams. 21 gramos. And then we headed out. We really didn't hang out long, like just a short afternoon time when I got picked up from the airport. And then we headed to Santa Rosa where my friend Vanessa. So luckily I felt much better because I have a friend who lives there, her family's there. She, her brother Jorge, her mom, they all came to the airport to pick me up. We headed out to the region that's called El Oro province. It's in the south. It's near the Peruvian line, or the Peruvian separation over to Peru. It's a region that's rich with gold. It's beautiful. It's also one of the biggest farming areas, but it's because it's still close to the water. They have big shrimp, they do cacao, they do bananas, plantains. So a very coffee in the higher plains there. It's one of the richest regions for resources and for having a variety of different fruits and vegetables. I felt so honored. Really, we just had like 3 days. So we packed it in. My friend Vanessa was like, okay, first thing we're gonna go to my family's house to have dinner. And so she has an aunt and uncle, like all the family live in Santa Rosa. So it was just like family hopping. Otra vez. ¿Qué es esto?
Aguacate.
Aguacate. Pero es el mismo.
Tiene mucha proteína. Lo comemos porque es muy saludable.
It's an avocado the size of my face. And we're having a wonderful dinner here.
Very
and
well.
there is Letia. Look at how beautiful she is. is. They've invited me for dinner, and we are in Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa, the ciudad de Santa Rosa. We're in the city of Santa Rosa. All right, I'm getting ready to have a delicious meal with my wonderful friends. This is Vanessa and her beautiful daughter Allison and her tío and tía. I was unsure of what this was before. This is caldo de bola. Bola. Basically, it is plantains that they have done by hand, and they've made this big ball, and then they have stuffed it with everything delicious. So it has like meat. I think there's an egg inside here, and it has like a really nice sauce. It's like a soup on steroids. So if you get an opportunity and you're in Ecuador to try bola, just say yes, because it is delicious. Of course, there's all this other food that's also very, very good, but the bola is like super yummy. I'm super grateful that I got to be here. We went to visit the aunt and uncle. We hung out with her sister and brother-in-law who run a cacao farm. And that's where I learned about the processing of cacao. It's pretty incredible. So Vanessa took me to Carlos and Rosana's house, and they're letting me try, look at this little cutie. Hola. Hola. They're gonna let me try my first real cocoa beans, okay? They just gave me this right here. I have a helper. We've been playing with our duck and horses, remember? Caballo y patos. He's been my little buddy from the time I got here. So now we have this. This is my first try of a cocoa bean. So it's raw, right? It's like I can taste it now. Yes, it has like a little nut taste. Then you taste the chocolate at the end. Wow, muy bien. So now this is the best part of my day right here, because we're going to get to try the chocolate bar. And this one, he's telling me this is the name of the brand is Pacari. It's what Carlos works with, this company. And they make from tree to chocolate. So they're literally taking it straight from the tree, like we have with the cacao, and making it into this chocolate. But it's 60% cacao and like 40%, this one says sal, so this is like with salt chocolate with this pink salt nibs. Super excited. Now I'm trying it, and I just have to say, it's so good. And look at this. This is the box. We need this in the United States. Pacari premium organic chocolate. It's very good. It's like more creamy with a little bit of salt. I can't imagine. Carlos, good job. Using the fermentation process, and then also then using a big fire, a big oven to like cook the cacao beans, and then that's what's making into chocolate. So we are out here now, and this is what beans look like when they first bring them in. Got them in these bags, and they kind of huele, they kind of stink, they kind of smell a little bit.
Alcohol.
And alcohol.
Natural.
This is all just the natural juices. They're in these giant bags. En un horno.
Ese es el.
Okay, so later they're going to cook it, but first they have them in these bags. It's pouring down rain. All right, I don't know if you can hear me because the rain, but he's going to show how this, stick this in here, and they light this on fire. Wow, and look at this. And that's how they cook the cacao. I love their motto, from tree to bar. So they literally take it now into these bags. This.
Ya cuando está seco.
Okay, now we're gonna look inside and you're gonna see it finished.
Yes,
Wow.
El olor es diferente.
Okay, now you get to smell. Oh my gosh, from the very beginning to the very, oh my word, it smells just like chocolate. It's como muy, oh wow. And there you go. He said the more that it ferments, the more chocolate flavor it has, and the bars that they make, 60% cacao, 60%. Amazing. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.
So it's pretty cool to see the actual different colored plants. Like there's a couple, there's a red and then there's a yellow one, and to see them blooming and the farms of this. Also to learn about the process and to taste the different chocolates, because they're very proud of their chocolate. They're actually very proud of their produce and the things that they make in Ecuador. I found that one of my favorite parts of the whole entire trip was just being in this smaller village of Santa Rosa, also learning about the cacao farming, and just having the experience with her family. Each night was spent with family and friends and eating, and I would say the most variety of fruits and food that you could possibly have in a 3-day time period. Now we're driving and we see these are the actual plants of the cacao plant. I didn't realize they're this big. I mean, I see the photos, but now you can see them in real life. So cool. And then here's some plantains, but these, look at the size of those. So Ecuador, there's a competition. They claim that they have the best bananas and the best cacao. And also, I think the competition is with Costa Rica. Costa Rica says, no, we have the best bananas. We have the best. So I'm gonna try them both. Okay, I'm in Bella Vista. It is a beautiful little pueblo, little city that is super close to Peru, but it's also near the water. So we're south of Guayaquil and we're a little bit southwest of also Cuenca. And there's these bananas. This is the banana farm. You see all of those with the bags to protect the bananas. So something that I didn't understand was when you plant it, you have the big banana tree grow, okay? You cut the fruit every year. It grows. 1 year you get a huge bunch of bananas or plantains, and then they have these little baby plants that grow, but you don't cut the big one until the baby plant, when you have one of the offshoots that are growing, when it gets to almost the sizes of the original one, you cut the old one away. And I was telling Jorge, I was saying it's like life, right? When we get old, it's time to go, and the new one we bring up. Incredible. So I'm going to show you all about the banana farm, and also we've learned about cacao. What a beautiful, beautiful area. So Ecuador, yeah, they're in competition with, I think, Costa Rica for the most amazing bananas and cacao. So in Santa Rosa, where we are right now, this is a major agriculture city. So Jorge was telling me that it is the four main things that they sell here and produce here are bananas, cacao, coffee, and shrimp. I was kind of surprised about the shrimp, but they're so close to the sea, so it's a massive agriculture area. And Vanessa's family, all of her family is involved in that, except Jorge he's involved with construction. He was in Milan, so he's been doing construction, but a lot of people who live here do agriculture. We've got this little protector of the garbage out here. These dogs are chasing off the vultures. But having my first Ecuadorian breakfast. I think it's a mix of plantains, eggs, and cheese, and they're calling it tigrillo. Another thing about Ecuador, and especially this area, is the driving is pretty intense. If you're not super comfortable driving in a foreign country, the potholes and the amount of moving around. Our transfer from Santa Rosa then to head to Cuenca, we actually, because we were so late in the day, we had to go that night, and it was just there's so many ginormous buses and trucks, and they deck them out, so there's all these lights going on. It's pretty incredible and really funny, because it's everybody's got their personality showing on their truck or their bus that's all decked out with lights and music and all the things. But when you're trying to drive at night and everybody's going so incredibly fast, and there's also these giant potholes, it can be just really dangerous. I was so grateful that I had Vanessa driving. This is just one of the driveways here, and we're coming through to see just kind of how some of the people live. It's just green everywhere. Everything is so green. When it rains here, which is 6 months of the year, the roads just get really wiped out. There's no gravel, just dirt roads that are out here. Down here, this street, just because it's rained this morning, very tough to get through anything, but it's absolutely beautiful. Jorge said that they all have cement houses here, probably because of the water. I'm guessing that there's just so much moisture in the air. We took off the next day. She didn't let me sleep long. It was okay, meet my family, go experience this. And then we were off to this other place. We went to this farm, not a farm, but more like a natural reserve with all these different animals. And so it was kind of in the middle of the jungle. And I didn't know that we were going for the whole day, but we went up there. The name of it was Pinas, P-I-N-A-S, Pinas. So you have to say the N, Pinas. That was this cool little reserve. I saw the most amount of monkeys and birds. There was some really unique different animals that I've never seen before. So it was really cool. There was nobody there. There was a couple dogs running around, and a guy comes out. We're hola. We give a couple bucks, and then you just go into this natural reserve. No idea where we are. Vanessa's let's go up to the park to go see the monkeys. It's a little zoo called Amazonas. And now we're gonna go see these giant turtles. So this looks like where they make some sugar cane. We don't really know exactly how it worked. I was watching Vanessa spin it. I think you do something with the wood. I don't know. Maybe put the sugar cane in the middle. So this thing moves. Vanessa, mueva. Okay, look at. So maybe something with this moves the inside part when she moves it around. Very cool. We started the morning there, and then we headed over to a place called Daruma. This is more like clear up, like we were down the mountain, up to the jungle, down the mountain, up to this next city. This had one of the most cute towns and beautiful churches. It had kind of a whole history about the El Oro region, which is, they do a lot of gold mining. It's really kind of a touristic town, so it's got like nice bars and it has nice little cafes, a beautiful park. And so we just spent the rest of the afternoon in Zaruma, which I thought was really lovely. Okay, at the time don't know what we're doing because I only understand a quarter of the Spanish. But we were in the car for a while and we showed up here at this beautiful village. It was kind of like riding on a roller coaster with Jorge driving. But look at these gardens. Aren't they incredible? And this cathedral, they said it's like the patron saint of Del Oro. And the name of the little city is called Zoluma. It's a beautiful, beautiful little city. Or it's just a little pueblo, they say, but it's really pretty. And it's actually quite cool. See all these buildings? Look at this blue building. The inside of the church is really turquoise and really pretty as well. I don't even like meringues, but Vanessa just got these. She called them Basil de Zoluma. Oh my gosh, they're so good. If you get a chance to get one of these, do it. And the next day, we were off to Cuenca. Cuenca is about the same distance from Santa Rosa, from Cuenca or to Guayaquil. So I flew into Guayaquil, and it's a couple hours then to Cuenca. It's funny because my friend who lives in Cuenca, she was like giving me the rundown on, she's like, Elida, I was really nervous that you were in Guayaquil because it's like one of the most dangerous cities. And I was like, okay, we'll send a driver to come get you. I don't want you to take the bus. And then she felt much better that she knew I was going to be with a friend. So when I said, no, I'm with Vanessa and her family, but we're in Santa Rosa. And the Machala is the main city of this province. Later, my friend Maripali was like, Elida, Machala is like the worst. It's even more scary and more dangerous than Guayaquil. So she was just shocked that I was spending and having such a lovely time in Machala. But again, I was in Santa Rosa. I didn't feel at all worried or scared while I was there, but I was with a family that was giving me the rundown on all of the different places. For part 2, I'm going to tell you everything that I learned in Cuenca, which was also an incredible experience. If you are on the fence whether Ecuador is worth it, I'm just going to tell you right now, like, don't even think about it. Go. Ecuador is totally worth it. Something to consider though is that a lot of these cities are up high. So Cuenca and Quito are thousands of feet in the air. I did not anticipate that I was going to be getting some altitude sickness. If you have altitude medicine, take it because it definitely hit me pretty hard. Guayaquil was a surprise. Like I said, I wouldn't go back to Guayaquil per se, but the time that I had with Vanessa and her family, priceless. And really Santa Ana and being in the regions that were the more farm heavy regions where you learned about the farming practices, you saw all the banana farms, you got to be part of the cacao operations. That to me was a real highlight. Definitely glad I went. Stay tuned for part 2. Cuenca's coming up next and then Quito.